At the war crimes trial of Slobodan Milosevic today, the former Yugoslav dictator maintained his defiance. After hearing more graphic descriptions of the atrocities he is accused of ordering, Milosevic angrily denounced both the charges and the United Nations Tribunal itself. One judge called the defendant's diatribe irrelevant. In this country, a member of Congress went on trial today for alleged corruption. James Traficant. No one's calling it the trial of the century, but it does promise to be one of the more unusual trials we've seen in a while. CBS's Jim Axelrod explains why from federal court in Youngstown, Ohio.
If rough around the edges were an art form, Jim Traficant would be Michelangelo.
This government, they pimped it. They made a whorehouse out of it.
Traficant is a 9-term congressman from Youngstown, Ohio. A blunt Joe Sixpack with a hairdo, a fashion don't, and his own Rust Belt shine.
If you still believe the propaganda about the assassination of JFK, by God, you still believe that Mae West is a virgin.
Facing charges of influence peddling and demanding kickbacks from his own staffers, crimes that carry 60+ years in prison, Traficant, who's not a lawyer, is representing himself.
They can go to hell, and I'm going to try and kick their ass.
Whoever said a man who's his own lawyer has a fool for a client never went to Youngstown.
I think I sit down and talk to him and get to know him. He ain't like they say he is.
19 years ago, Traficant, then sheriff, was charged with racketeering. He took on the feds by himself in court and won.
Once, yeah, that's lucky. People say, but twice, wow.
30 years ago, when the steel industry tanked, this community lost 30,000 jobs overnight. Jim Traficant climbed into the foxhole with the people of Youngstown, and if he's done anything wrong since, many here just don't want to hear about it.
He didn't take no more than anybody else took.
Still, after 2 decades of watching this,
Beam me up, Mr. Speaker.
There are those wondering if the man who gave a shot in the arm to this shot-in-a-beer town has lost his punch.
At what point does that personality become an embarrassment?
Probably right about this time.
But that's for next election. For now, Traficant has a more important challenge, one he's determined to face alone.
But I'm going to tell you something. My lawyer is on my side, and he's not going to stab me right in the keister.
One thing you can say about Jim Traficant, no matter what the jury finds, he'll always be a man of conviction. Jim Axelrod, CBS News, Youngstown, Ohio.
Country music star Waylon Jennings died today at his home in Arizona. He was 64. Waylon Jennings was a groundbreaking singer and songwriter who also influenced early rock and roll as a member of the Buddy Holly Band. Jennings recorded 60 albums over his career, named the Country Music Association's Male Vocalist of the Year in 1975. Jennings and fellow Texan Willie Nelson created the outlaw sound that made country more popular than ever before.
If I could know somehow, what do you think if old Hank had all